Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Gone are the days of wrestling with our favorite LJN wrestling figures, trying to convince them to stand up. What's a guy to do? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get on Etsy and look up 4 Left 3D Creations and get yourself these amazing custom LJN figure stands. There is a custom stand available for every single one of your LJN Wrestling Superstar figures. Make your display shine by grabbing these custom LJN stands from 4 Left 3D Creations today.
Hello everybody, Jason W. New Age Revolution in the cave for a LJN Revisited Monday episode here with a runny nose to boot. Runny nose to go along with it. Runny nose to go along with the LJN Revisited Monday evening show here on the channel. I'm a mess. Yeah. Anyway, we're still looking at Series 2, of course. And last week we looked at Greg the Hammer Valentine with belly button. And it would be only fitting to show off his tag team partner extraordinaire, Brutus Beefcake. Brutus Beefcake here, complete with his WWF LJN tag team title. I'm going to actually put the belt on him. All of my figures on display have the belts like over their shoulders, I think. I think the belts look good on their waists, but yeah, there we go. There we go. There's the beefer. The beefer with brother Brutai. Not brother Brutai, Brutai. Nostalgic figure for me, believe it or not. This is a figure that also came from that birthday of '86 camping trip. Got him and Valentine and Orndorff and probably George Steele or Bundy. I don't remember. But I just, there's just something about this figure that brings back some nostalgia for me. Is it visually iconic? No, I wouldn't say so. But there's something about this figure that just does it for me. And it's an okay figure. I mean, the play pose is great. This is definitely a playable figure. I'm not the biggest fan of the face. I do like the arrogant smirk, but I think they went a little overboard on the chin sculpt there. Might have wanted to cut back a little putty on that chin. He's got the Jay Leno chin going on along with, who else had the Jay Leno chin? I don't know. I thought there was another figure that had the Jay Leno chin. Maybe it's just the beefer. Did I already review Beefcake? I don't think I did. I think I did Valentine last. Anyway, I like the figure, and the figure got a lot of play because I loved having tag team matches, and I loved using natural tag teams like Valentine and Beefcake, Sheik and Volkov, the British Bulldogs. So there were tons of matches between the Bulldogs and Dream Team. Also a lot of tag team title switches between the two during childhood play. And I also remember, I don't remember the details of it, but I remember having Sheik and Volkov take on the Dream Team in that rare heel versus heel match. WWF was messing around with that in 86, 87. You'd get some weird, like Bundy fought Kamala, I think. And then before Jake Roberts was officially good, I think he took on Bundy. I think I read somewhere in the results that Sheik and Volkov went against Stud and Bundy at some point. Something like that. I know the Dream Team fought Sheik and Volkov at a house show. I don't know. I think that's great. I don't think you can have... I think WWF should have done more of that during childhood. Just having two bad guys just, beat the heck out of each other. I almost feel like Orndorff versus Morocco at WrestleMania 2 was bad guy versus bad guy. It wasn't. Orndorff was a good guy at the time. But it felt like bad guy versus bad guy. I would rather have seen that, the two heels going at it, than the scientific match between, two good guys. Between, Tito Santana and Brian Blair. I didn't need to see that. That bored me. But Beefcake, a great decent figure is what Beefcake is. He's not a great figure. He's a great decent figure that got a lot of play. Again, I've said it before. I think I based play on could a guy win and lose against anybody. And Beefcake was one of those guys. Valentine is one of those guys. Sheik is one of those guys. Volkov, Tito, Steamboat. Those are one of those guys where you could, maybe not Steamboat. Steamboat almost like kind of is that next tier of winning. He has to win. But Beefcake could win against Junkyard Dog. He could lose against Junkyard Dog. He could upset Tito. He could lose to Tito. And so when I was playing, that's the kind of thing that I went for. That's why I didn't use Andre a lot, because he can only win. Hogan was always just in the main event. I needed to have, matches that could go either way. And so Beefcake was used a lot. Like I said, he was also used a lot in tag teams. I don't remember playing with him as good guy Beefcake. I'm sure I did. He turned good in 87. So I was still very much playing with action figures in 1987. I was only 11. But I definitely used him as good guy. I just don't remember it. I don't remember much of it. I'm sure I had a feud with Greg Valentine. I'm sure. At one point in the LJN play, this is about 89, I turned him into Rick Rude for a little bit of time. Beefcake was Rick Rude for a little bit of time, and I had some good matches then with him as bad guy Rick Rude. In fact, I remember having a great match as a kid with bad guy Rick Rude against good guy Big John Studd in 89. I don't know why that match sticks in my brain. It just does. And Big John Studd would do the double knee smash off the second rope. You can't climb Big John Studd to the top rope. So Studd would get on the second rope and drop both knees. He had those, really curved knees, so it was a good move. So he was Rick Rude at a point in time. But good figure, got some play. We'll take a closer look at him now. And then next week we'll be back taking a look at King Kong Bundy, the walking condominium, or condominium with legs, whatever Gorilla said. Special programming update tomorrow. We're supposed to play some Nintendo, and we're going to. My kid, the expert gamer, Liam's Ultimate Games 2, is on a mission to defeat DuckTales for NES, and he's been practicing. And he's way better at it than I am. And he's just a better gamer. So I think tomorrow you might get a special treat. We're going to watch an 11-year-old play a, 35-year-old game and hopefully beat it. He did a little practice run today and he got to the last board, but he didn't have any lives left. We'll see. So it's going to be a little bit of a different show tomorrow. The boy is going to try to beat DuckTales on the NES. Brutus Beefcake, closer look right now. Thanks for watching. Good night now. All right. Here is Mr. Beefcake resting comfortably on his Brutus the Barber Beefcake custom LJN stand from my friends at 4 Left 3D Creations. That's right, for all of your custom LJN figure stand needs, reach out to 4 Left 3D Creations on Etsy. Beefer, the Beefer, he's a little dirty. This is an easy cleanup. This is just a magic eraser. That's an easy cleanup. But look, I'm torn on this figure. This is a very nostalgic figure for me. I got him birthday of '86, the same camping trip where I got Greg Valentine. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, I mean, interesting face. Kind of looks, I don't know who he looks like. What is it? That doesn't look like Brutus Beefcake. They gave him the Jay Leno chin treatment also. Slicked back hair, that's cool. Very, very good here on the details of these interesting studded armbands that he would wear. Take a look at both sides there. They have these raised studs on them. And, it's kind of a generic cop-out of a paint job on the pants, but that would have been a lot of design. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. He's got the interesting belly with the abs there. But I think it's a great play pose. The thumb is fine. I don't care about the thumb sticking up. He's kind of doing the cocky, pointing to himself with the thumb. I think it's a great play pose. It's a taller figure. It's a fine figure. It really is. It's a good figure, and it's a figure that I played with. Obviously, a ton of tag team action with Greg Valentine. And again, as I've said before, Beefcake is a figure that can beat some people and lose to some people. So if you want to have a singles match, you grab Brutus Beefcake. Now, I am sure that I used him as good guy Beefcake later on in life, 87, 88, when he did turn good. I'm sure I used him as good guy Beefcake, but I really just, the most memories of play are bad guy Beefcake. But good figure. Nothing different on the back. You can see the studded armbands a little better there. The design is, all throughout the back there. So, a good figure. I talked about the character a little earlier, but good figure. Brutus the Barber Beefcake, or Brutus Beefcake, he's not yet the barber. Face scan, yeah, I don't know. Or, well, look what I said. I said face scan, like it's modern Mattel figure. Face sculpt. I think it could have been a little less pudgy and a little less Leno-y. But Brutus Beefcake nonetheless, folks. We will be back next week with King Kong Bundy of Series 2. Good night now.